On Two Wheels this week, we look at a British motorcycle manufacturer based in Blackburn, Lancashire. But first, a rather different look at the Manchester Motorcycle Show, as you may have never seen it before. This is the Manchester Motorcycle Show in its full glory. But less than 24 hours before the doors opened to the public, this place looked more like a building site than a bike show. Painters, carpet fitters and joiners worked furiously to get the stands ready, and a whole fleet of vans and trucks manoeuvred around the hall, delivering bike after bike. Now it's alright, all these guys bringing in the trucks and all the bike gear and all the wagons backing in and out all day, but there has to be someone to tell them where to go, to tell them how to set up and where to set up, and there's a whole team of people that do that. And one of the members of that team is my old mate, Chaz Mitchell.
Hey, not so much of the old, if you don't mind.
All right, my mate, Chaz Mitchell. We're nearly in matching fleeces, Chaz.
Absolutely, I know, respect for the fleeces.
Hey, team fleeces. So it's taking shape.
It's looking really good, actually, Paul. Yeah, I'm really pleased at this sort of time of day. Normally you might be a bit nervous, but the less blue carpet we see, the better.
Right, well, the blue carpet is disappearing rapidly
Thankfully.
around us, right? It seems to be taking shape. How long ago did you start to organise this particular show?
Well, to be honest, as soon as the doors closed on the 99 show, the doors opened for the 2000 show. People literally book on the final evening. Yeah. If we have a good show, we always have a good show at Manchester.
I know you do. My hometown.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I love coming up here. You know, it's a bit of a stretch on the motorway, but I can manage it. If you could reimburse the fuel, it'd be handy. But no, seriously, people are booking as soon as we finished. Right. They want the same space, or they want as big a space, or whatever, and we're starting work there again.
Right. So it's 12 months in the making. Does that mean that when the show starts, when it opens, you have an easy time? Do you have a day off when the show starts?
No, well, I say sadly. I don't mean sadly, because you actually get the adrenaline flowing, and it really goes with you throughout the weekend. But of course, I do my little party piece on stage a couple of times a day, so that reminds me that I'm needed at a certain hour. Otherwise, I could probably pop off and go to sleep somewhere.
Right. So you don't get any time off at all, non-stop.
Not even for good behaviour.
Yeah, but this isn't the only show. I mean, there's loads of shows, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, we're already working. We have a series throughout the year. Mm-hmm. So our next show now, first weekend in April, we're down at London Arena. Mm-hmm. So I'm nearer home. I can go in on the tube each day.
Right. Sleep in your own bed then.
I've got my own bed for that show. But the following weekend, we're back up to Sheffield for Street Fighters 2000. Now, tricky. We've never done two shows back to back, one weekend after the other. So I think I might be a bit tired, and Paul included, after that one. But I mean, he puts in a hell of a lot of work. So that's something to look forward to, a challenge. Then we finish off this year of our shows at the last weekend in May. We're up at Newcastle at the Telewest Arena.
This is a big one, isn't it? Huge big truck, but it's the Honda truck, and this thing goes everywhere. But this is working in association with a dealer, a local dealer, Hunt's Motorcycles in Manchester. What Hunt's do is they bring the bikes down and man the stand to talk to you when the show is open. But beforehand, this thing has to be set up by the lads from Honda. Okay, and Lindsay down here is working hard, which is a surprise because the rest of the lads say he doesn't do any work. Lindsay, this is your setup, isn't it? You have to go all over the place with this thing.
Yes, all the racetracks, dealer support units, Isle of Man TT, bike shows, even some charity dues.
Flipping it. So really this is your office as such?
Yeah.
You're out on the road all day and every day. Yeah. Do you ever get home?
Eventually, yeah. I was home for Christmas.
Wow, hey, you're lucky. Hey, you did get a day for Christmas. So what's involved? You have to arrive here early in the morning and you've got the day to set this thing up.
Yeah, it takes us about 4 hours to get it up in a basic form, and then put all the bikes out on the stands and clean. It's a day's work, yeah.
I've always been curious, so it's a day's work before the event. How long do you have after the event? Do they kick you out quick?
Yes, they do. You can get into time penalties. You must be out, but obviously when you're packing things away, you're not necessarily cleaning them and you're not using the same order, so you do move and break down quicker. Yeah, you've got to move out. Sometimes we probably have to be out here within 4 hours when the show finishes.
Flipping heck. So when everybody else has done their bit, the voices have gone, they've had too much work done over the weekend, and you have to then do your bit. But what about when the show's on? Do you have to do any work then when the show's happening?
Yes, we're forward facing. We talk to the customers and assist in the running of the trailer, making sure the videos are right, the simulator works okay, we do operate the simulator. Just supporting the dealer really and looking after customers.
Well, it's very impressive, but we've kept you here for a minute or two, and the lads were just saying that you've not been pulling your weight of recent, so I don't want to hold you back too much. You carry on with this job and I'll get a rag and polish some of the bikes.
That'll be good. Yeah, we could do with some help, yeah.
It's not just the motorcycle world that get involved with the bike show, it's all sorts of other people, electricians and loads of different professions. These guys, the telephone engineers, putting in the lines, there's 40 lines going in today for the bike show, so that you can keep in touch with the rest of the world when you're using your credit cards and that. They need to use a phone line. You might want an insurance quote, and these guys are providing all that for us. That wire goes down there through loads and loads of other wires and finishes up in the basement.
And this is the basement. We're down in the bowels of it all. In fact, just below the main GMX exhibition area, the whole length of it, I can go right away down there, miles, and it's full of cables and great big hoses and everything, wiring, and coaxial cables as well. We could even watch two wheels, It's an amazing place, and it's all so that you can stay in contact with the bike dealer while he's at the show here, or even go and get a quote for your insurance, just about everything you need. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to cut this a little bit short because I feel I'm going to be taking a bit short because I'm down to go to the toilet. So excuse me a second. Now, thank you.
I really can't take him anywhere. But one of the great things about looking round a show, especially behind the scenes, is that you never know who you might bump into.
Now I've spotted a chap that I know as a famous TT rider, and you will as well, a lad called Charlie Williams. I'm surprised he's actually getting his hands dirty here because I didn't expect him to be doing so. But the truth of the matter is, Charlie, let's just introduce you to our viewers.
There's no one surprised more than me at me getting my hands dirty.
No,
Wayne,
I bet the lads here behind are surprised as well. Yeah, but I mean, you
and
are
it's not
now.
just for effect, it's real.
But you are famous now for not being a TT racer as much as now being a shopkeeper.
Yeah, well, 20 years now,
Flipping
since I've been a
heck.
shopkeeper.
Hey, you must have started when you were 12 then.
That's right.
But I mean, the bike shows, I know you go to the NEC, I've seen the great big stand at the NEC.
Yeah.
Is this the first visit to Manchester?
First time for the bike show in Manchester, yeah, GMX. And we thought really we should do it because we're quite local, we're only down the road in Chester. And obviously there's going to be a lot of our customers here and maybe potential new ones, so we thought we'd come and give it a try.
Yeah, so it's hands-on, you're obviously busy setting everything up.
Yeah,
it's a big job, is this, isn't it?
It's an awful lot of work, yeah, for everyone concerned, everyone on every stand in here. It's an awful lot of work setting up and breaking down again, but it's quite enjoyable.
Now, not meaning to pry too much, because it is your business, but just share it with us a little bit. There are hidden costs that a lot of people out there don't understand. Like, you've got your floor space, you have to pay for your electricity, your carpet, just about everything, don't you? Mm-hmm. Is it worth it in the end?
Ask me that on Sunday evening. I don't know about this show, but the NEC is obviously a lot bigger than this, a lot longer, and an awful lot of expenditure there and investment. Yeah, it was okay for us in 1999, the last show we did. That was all right. We've done it for the last 9 years now. I'm not sure about this one. They tell me that this show's very busy, but not a lot of people spend money.
But time will tell.
Well, exactly, it will. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. What about, how do you get on with staff? I mean, you've got a shop to run, so and busy days, Saturday, Sunday. What do you do there?
That's difficult. We've got a skeleton staff operating at home. I mean, it's not the busiest time of the year, as you know yourself, in January. It's not too bad. So I've got some staff up here, some staff back at home. And I've got a couple of friends who come and help me at shows as well,
Everyone has to muck in?
Yeah, one of our local bobbies, who's a customer of mine in Chester, he does all the shows with us. He books time off so he can come and do shows. He loves it,
Flipping, He must be keen then, mustn't he?
Oh,
so he's your security then as well,
exactly,
obviously. Hello, what's going on here then? Right, well, let's not stop you because
No.
the lads did mention the fact that you'll find Charlie over there sleeping. Now, obviously they
Have
didn't
you
expect
seen it?
you
I've proved them wrong, haven't I?
That's right. You get on with it, mate, and we've got it on film. Cheers,
All right.
mate. We do wish you the best.
Thank you, Wayne. Thanks.
Talk about attention to detail. Even the flipping tyres get polished at the bike show, and my mate Danny here has been dragged out of his deathbed from CCM. You've got a cold, haven't you?
I'm recovering, but I'm doing well.
You sure it's not just too much New Year plonk or anything like that?
Not at all, no.
No.
I'm a very poorly man, really.
What's the idea of this, polishing the tyres?
Everything has to be done. It all has to be cleaned.
Did you not clean it last time you put it away?
We got it dirty, taking it back. So
Oh, right. let me just ask you about this stand you've got here. Completely different to last year's stand.
Yeah, we like to keep things different, keep things fresh.
Right.
Just keep changing little bits and pieces.
Right. And all the guys that are working on this, putting up the lights and moving your bikes,
Yeah.
they're all your guys, aren't they?
They are, yes.
Because
yes.
some of the other stands, I've noticed they bring in carpet fitters and decorators and electricians, but you do it, it's all done in-house.
No, we like to do a lot of things ourselves,
Right.
get everything done, to our own standard,
Yeah.
and keep the jobs right.
Right.
And it brings a bit of pride into your work. I think it's good.
So who decides what kind of stand you're going to have at the show? Is this...
Yeah, we
Big
make
design.
we make a few decisions at the office. We kick some ideas round,
Right.
and then we come here and none of them work, and we change it again.
And it's completely different to the way it should have
Absolutely,
been. Right, well, I'll let you save your voice and I'll let you get
Sorry.
on polishing that tyre.
Yeah, well, it's
There's a big thumbprint there. Look at
No,
that. Get rid of that.
it's coming up nicely, I think.
So all that effort then ends up with a beautiful display stand like this with all this kit on, done by these chaps here. And I recognise your faces. I've seen JTS and you guys before, but not in this country. I do believe way back in October in Holland.
That's right.
You get about, you lads, don't you?
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we go everywhere.
Where? Go on.
We got Belgium, Holland, Germany,
Austria, Germany,
Spain.
Italy.
Flipping heck. You don't get a
BMF.
company toy for this, like, you know. That is unbelievable.
Yeah,
you
we-
must spend no time at home, just on the road.
In the last year, we did 46 shows and tracks.
Flipping heck. Do you know what a weekend is? A weekend is where normally you get your motorbike and go for a ride and things like that. You don't do these things. You
No.
work
Well, Jay's got a bike. He drives
In-
to work
in
on
the
a bike.
week.
In the week.
In the week.
in the
just.
week.
I sold my bike. There's just no time to go on it.
Flaming addy, honestly. So you work very, very hard. There must be a down. I mean, I see everybody has a good laugh. I mean, it's very atmospheric. People are singing and whatever while they're creating the stands. But there must be a downside to it. You must get fed up with it. What? Tell us.
Being away does tie you down, but you got to make it fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy it while you do it.
So this involves then, presumably, at the end of the night, when you've done your bit, you put the covers on, you take the till drawer out, you count your cash, and you go out on the town. Do things?
You got to have something to eat, a few beers.
Yeah.
Make it fun, and it's
Yeah.
all right.
So don't you find it frustrating if you go to these other countries and you're on the stand and you've got all your stuff, you're selling to all these foreigners? Are you multilinguist, presumably?
Not terribly.
No? But you get by.
We get
Yeah,
by.
we get
This will cost you, gives you money.
Bit of
Yeah.
French, bit of English.
International language, pay
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But don't you find it's frustrating going to the country and not being able to enjoy the country? Get and have a look at it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
We never see it. Never see anything.
So it don't matter where you
Mo
are.
should come with us out on the show and see what it's like, because it's so easy.
Is that an offer, like?
I think, yeah.
It saves me booking holiday next year, doesn't it? I went, right, I'm coming. Cheers.
I don't believe it. He's almost blagged himself a holiday. Well, eventually all the stands were built, the bikes were polished, and even the floor had been swept. Rehearsals for the fashion show were completed, and at 11 a.m. the following day, the Manchester Bike Show was open for business. And during the next few months, many of these people will travel all around the country to the various show venues to do it all again, and again, and again. And coming up after the break this week on Two Wheels, we'll be looking at motorcycle manufacture in Blackburn. CCM is now a well-established name in the world of motorcycling. The initials stand for Clues Competition Machines, and they've enjoyed great success over the years in road racing, with such names as Niall Mackenzie and Steve Tonkin. They've also had notable victories at the prestigious Isle of Man TT races.
But you would know CCM for such machines as these. This is their trail machine, and then we've got their supermotos, and they produce them here at this factory in Blackburn. Yeah, all of it, and I mean produce it. They actually make most of the machine. Do you want to have a look? Well, we'll show you.
So how do we start to actually make a motorcycle? Well, we start with these things, tubes, all different sizes of tube, which are all then placed on this thing. This is a jig. It's not an Irish jig or a Scottish jig, it's a Blackburn jig, CCM jig. And this will actually make the frame eventually. And when it's done, it will look like that. There's a frame. All nicely welded up. Whoever did this one must have got an A level in metalwork because it's very, very neat. Incorporated here in the top is the oil tank. So there's a lot of precision in this kind of work as well. The whole thing is powder coated, and then eventually attached to the other end of this down there is
The swinging arm, such as this little beauty. And a right nice piece of kit it is too. Now, how do they get to that? Well, they start life with this stuff, and this is a box section aluminium strip, and they have to cut that little lot up into pieces and weld it together to produce this. It's then sent off to be hardened, and when it's returned, it's then jigged to make sure it's just right for the bike, and then it's finished off by polishing. And you end up with this. Now this is beautiful. Look at that, a nice shiny piece of aluminium swinging arm. Now people out there would spend a fortune on having one of these added to the bike after they bought it, but oh no, CCM stick it together as standard. Now, polished swinging arms, eh? As always, I end up with the crap jobs.
Well, that should keep Wayne busy for about the next half an hour, keep him out of my hair for a bit. Now, they don't produce absolutely everything in-house here. They can't make everything. Something that they don't make is this, the engine, the heart of any bike. They use these Rotax motors all the way from Austria. Now, Rotax are a donor engine for lots and lots of different bikes. Aprilia use them, BMW use them. They're used all over the world. And the CCM, they use this big single-cylinder, big thumping four-stroke motor, just right for their kind of bike. But this isn't the only thing that they actually buy in.
Such as these beautiful front forks, Paolis of Italy. Paella? Oh, paella. That's that Spanish fish dish. Silly me.
Also, the rear suspension is a bought-in unit, but not any old unit. It's this White Power. Now, the kind of thing that you normally spend an awful lot of money on, buying one of these as an aftermarket accessory to improve the performance of your machine. But there it is, standard. Beautiful.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous, eh? A Dell'Orto made in Italy, 38mm, flat slide. Oh, beautiful.
The brakes aren't made here either. They're made by this company, Brembo, and they're used worldwide by just about every bike manufacturer you can think of. Superb, used on all the top superbikes. Fantastic stopping power. Nothing at all wrong with them.
You can't expect them to make the wheels and tyres, can you? So, they get the wheels from Talon, they're made in Great Britain, and the tyres from Pirelli. Eh? I like them. Oh, lovely.
And there's a few other bits and pieces that are shipped in from various places around Europe. Handlebars, rental bars, indicators, levers and things that really aren't worth manufacturing here on site. And once it's all here on site, all the bits are here, all packed up in the boxes, it really just needs to be put together.
And for that, the bits come here to the assembly line, and this is where they produce the bikes and finish them off and throw them out the door. There's actually only 3 bikes a day produced. There's only 25 members of staff, but when you weigh up that this very time last year, there was only 10 members of staff. And they're having a good day today because behind me, there's 4 bikes. So even with us in the way, they're working very, very hard. Now, there's actually 25 staff, as I referred to, and most of which ride motorbikes themselves. So you could say that the guys that build these are motorcyclists, and they're building them for you, the motorcyclists. How about that then?
And so eventually the bikes are in one piece and they resemble something that you would recognise as a motorcycle. They come here, they get run round the back, round there and checked out, and then they go out to you, the bike buying public. But I should say that we've simplified the process of manufacture and assembly rather unfairly, because there's an awful lot of hours go into one of these machines, and as you've seen, they're all handmade virtually from start to finish. But this particular bike that I'm stood with here belongs to a certain Mr. Carl Fogarty, because he uses this at weekends for trail riding.
And that's a very popular side of motorcycling at the moment, getting off the tarmac onto the dirt and playing around on trail bikes. Now, these guys have organised all sorts of weekend trips away. They go over to the Lake District and they go into Derbyshire and take you riding over the rough. If you like it, you might buy one. If you don't like it, you just pay for the little trip. And as always, lucky old Paul, not me, but Paul, ended up on one of those little soirees last year.
Yes, I did indeed, Wayne, go on a little soiree, and a fantastic time I had too. The idea of these factory ride-outs is to try out the bikes, a kind of long-distance test ride if you like. You pay for a weekend's riding and accommodation, and if you decide you like it and actually buy one of their machines, they'll give you your money back. A good deal. If not, then who cares? You still have a great time, and you'll certainly learn a few things to help with your road riding. And so, just 25 staff here at the factory to produce machines just like this one here, and they produce about 15 or so a week at the moment. But as Wayne said earlier, 25 is more than twice the number that they had this time last year, and who knows, next year there could be 50 or more staff, we don't know, producing perhaps a different range of machines. And in fact there is another model, but it's in its very, very early R&D stages, and we're not allowed to tell you anything about it at the moment. Are we, Wayne?
You shouldn't be here. What are you doing? Top secret. Anyway, as soon as you're here then, 252 stroke, Rotax probably, motocross maybe, could even be a trail bike. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you any more, because if I did, I'd have to kill you. And they're probably going to kill me if they find out. So, be off with you. Just watch this space. So, swinging arm.
And coming up on Two Wheels next week, Claire meets some more people who use motorcycles as part of their job. And Jeff gives us some useful tips if you're thinking about buying a second-hand machine.